It's 2026, folks, and somehow some of you are still living back in 2019. Look, I get it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But here's the thing. Some tech isn't just old, it's actively holding you back. Today we're calling out 4 pieces of outdated technology that you absolutely need to replace this 2026. And yes, number 3 is gonna make some of you really mad. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive in. First up, 4G only phones. If you're still rocking a phone without 5G in 2026, well, we need to talk. Now, I can already hear your comments, but 4G works fine for me, sure, and a flip phone makes phone calls fine too. But here's the reality. 5G coverage now reaches over 85% of the US population. We're not talking about theoretical speeds anymore. Real-world 5G consistently delivers 3 to 5 times faster downloads than 4G with significantly lower latency. That means smoother video calls, better cloud gaming, better download speeds, and online navigation that actually works. But here's what really matters and what you don't know. Carriers are actively deprioritizing 4G traffic. You know those moments when your connection inexplicably slows to a crawl? That's you being pushed to the back of the line. Major carriers have already announced they're reallocating 4G spectrum to 5G by 2027. So you're basically riding a horse on the highway while everyone else is in electric cars. And before you say, but 5G drains battery, that was 2021. Modern 5G modems are actually more efficient than the old 4G chips. Clinging to 4G in 2026 isn't being practical, it's just being stubborn. Number 2, wired keyboards and mice. Now hear me out before you rage in the comments. Yes, I know the arguments, the zero latency, no batteries needed, and it's much more reliable, right? And 10 years ago, you'd be right. But it's 2026, baby, and wireless technology has completely matured. Modern wireless keyboards and mice use 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth 5.3 connections with latency under 1 millisecond. That's good even for competitive gaming. Pro esports players use wireless gear too, so if it's good enough for someone making frame rate perfect inputs for millions of dollars, it's probably good enough for your spreadsheets. And if you want to talk about battery life, there are some keyboards that can last you months on a single charge. The same case for some wireless mice that I already have right now with heavy usage. And let's be honest, that cable at the back of your computer isn't some sort of badge of honor. It's a participation trophy from 2015. Modern wireless is faster, more convenient, and yes, just as reliable. The only reason you're still using wired peripherals is the same reason your dad refuses to learn how streaming services work. It's stubborn principle, not practical advantage. Number 3, and this is where I lose half the audience, single monitor setups. Yes, I said it. If you're doing any kind of productive work on a computer in 2026 with just one screen, you're working with one hand tied behind your back. But you're gonna say, I like the minimalism. Cool. Minimalism is for your bedroom decor, not your workflow. Studies consistently show that dual monitors increase productivity by 20 to 30%. That's not a small bump. That's the difference between finishing your work at 5 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. But now you're thinking maybe an ultrawide monitor is an option. Sure, an ultrawide is better than a single 16:9 screen, but it's still not the same as 2 distinct displays. And also, they cost twice as much. For the price of a 49-inch ultrawide, you could get 2 excellent 27-inch 4K monitors and still have money left over. The single monitor setup made sense when screens cost $500 each. In 2026, when you can get a solid 24-inch monitor for around, $150? There's literally no excuse. Your productivity is worth more than $150, and your time? Priceless. And finally, number 4, mechanical hard drives as primary storage. If your computer is still booting from an HDD in 2026, I have many questions. Mainly, do you enjoy suffering? SSDs have been mainstream for a decade. They're now cheaper per gigabyte than HDDs were 5 years ago. A 1TB NVMe SSD costs under $50. There's no budget excuse anymore. And the performance difference, well, it's generational. HDDs read data at about 100 to 150 megabytes per second. The modern SSDs, well, 5,000 to 7,000 megabytes per second. That's 50 times faster. Your computer can build in 10 seconds instead of 2 minutes. Apps open instantly instead of after your coffee breaks. File transfers happen in seconds instead of minutes. And the reliability? SSDs have no moving parts. They don't die from being moved. They don't slow down over time. They just work. Now some of you might say, I need massive storage for video editing. Great! Use an SSD for your boot drive and active projects. Then keep a large HDD for archival storage. That's a legitimate use case. But making an HDD your primary drive in 2026 is like insisting on using dial-up internet because you don't need speed. You don't know what you're missing until you experience it. Anyone still using an HDD as their main drive has either never used an SSD or is trapped in a sunk cost fallacy. Just upgrade. Your sanity will thank you. So there you have it, 4 pieces of outdated tech that need to go. Now, am I saying you're a terrible person if you use these? No. Am I saying you're making your life harder than it needs to be? Absolutely. Technology moves forward for a reason. Now, I know at least half of you are furious right now, so go ahead, roast me in the comments, tell me I'm wrong. But if you actually agreed with the list, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech opinions that'll make you reconsider your choices. I'll see you in the next one.